All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I am your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live a few days before the Unconfiscatable Conference. It's been about, I don't know, 16 months, maybe 18 months. Remember, the last event was in March of last year. And the only way we could pull off the event this year is if it was in December. And don't know the date for next year yet, so we will figure that out as this event gets even closer about what to do for next time. But don't miss this event because the next event is not guaranteed. And the poker tournament is, I can't wait for the poker tournament. I should probably practice. I should get a game going like tomorrow or something before I fly out to Vegas. I will be flying to Vegas on Sunday. There are people watching me from Vegas, but I will not have time to hang out. I'll be in work mode. But was at BitDevs last night. Tone, what's a good starter's machine to buy for mining? I have absolutely no idea. I am the wrong person to ask that question. But we're going to have plenty of miners at Unconfiscatable. So please ask them when you come and join us. All right, let's go to the charts. Bitcoin is pumping. It's a great day. Let's see what's going on. This is the weekly chart. We went over the weekly chart in a little bit of detail yesterday. I should probably glance at the monthly chart now that this is the first of the month. Bitfarms crazy this week. Yeah, I mean, Bitfarms had a huge announcement. I actually want to go take a look and see what the Bitfarms stock looks like. BitDevs in New York City. Yes, it was BitDevs in New York City. I go to New York City for the holidays. I still have family in New York City. So I was here for Thanksgiving, and then I flew out to South Carolina, and now I'm back for a few days, and then I will be off to Las Vegas. It didn't make sense to go back home to Panama just for like 3 days. So I'll be off to Vegas, and after that, I'm going to go somewhere to a beach. Panama isn't really known for its beaches. So we'll see. I was going to go to Aruba or Miami or I don't know. Friends in Puerto Rico. How I've only been there once in my life. Ocean mined the block. Oh man, we should talk about that. Man, Ocean is getting so much shit from the crazier side of the Bitcoin maxis and a lot of shitcoiners. But Ocean mined the block. I wish them more blocks to mine. I will be coming back to the mining world. I haven't mined in a while. I had that miner up in the woods. I don't have it anymore. But I don't know. I'll talk to some mining companies, mining manufacturers. Maybe they'll send me a few more miners. I'll try to set them up in the woods again. I'm sure it's a lot easier now to set them up in the woods. And but other than that, I got a few friends now that host miners. I may get into the mining game. I mean, I want to support Ocean, and I want to support Bitcoin mining. Let's talk about the price chart. The weekly chart looks great. We are well on our way for the second consecutive MRI top. Now we can kind of count when the next MRI top is going to come, and so this would be week number 4. Week number 5, week number 6, week number 7, week number 8, and there we go. The second consecutive MRI top will come the second week of January, which seems to be in line with when the SEC is going to potentially approve a Bitcoin ETF. This is a very interesting thing. People keep asking, like, well, what's going to happen when a Bitcoin ETF gets approved? Well, if it happens on an MRI top and the price of Bitcoin is in the mid to upper $40,000 range because everyone is FOMOing in to buy Bitcoin in anticipation of the big announcement by the SEC, one of two things is going to happen. Either the SEC will not approve the ETF in the first 10 days of January and the price will dump, or the SEC will approve the ETF in second week in January, and it's going to be a sell the news event and the price will dump. So either way, if the price of Bitcoin rallies into the mid to upper 40s, if it's breaking that 50% Fibonacci line, and I don't do Fibonacci's often, and I don't like the 50% Fibonacci line, I want other people to panic sell at the 50% Fibonacci line and watch Bitcoin blow right through it and top at the 68% Fibonacci line. I got my own theories on Fibonacci's, like my own view on how to trade Fibonacci's. It is my own just historical way of trading them. It's not something that I follow other people. To me, the most dangerous Fibonacci line is the 38% Fibonacci line right here. We blew right through it. I'm very surprised that we did. I really thought that between the MRI top and the Fibonacci line, which I wasn't even looking at the time, in hindsight, I would have been even more, anticipating the pullback, because to me, it's that 38% Fibonacci line is the most dangerous. To me, the 50% Fibonacci line is the least interesting Fibonacci line. I don't think this one matters all that much. And I like to see the prices blow through it. Now, the 62% Fibonacci line, I also believe is very, very relevant. It's my second most relevant Fibonacci line. However, when it comes to the 38% Fibonacci line, a rejection at the 38% Fibonacci line has a high probability of taking the price to new lows. At least, now, okay, so the word high is relative. It has a high probability of taking the price to new lows versus the rejection of the 62% Fibonacci line. To me, when a price gets rejected by a 38% Fibonacci line, there is a chance that this will be a permanent rejection, creating a lower starting level for your Fibonacci retracements, okay? Because at one point, let me throw Fibonacci's on here. At one point, this was the top, and this was the critical low, and we were rallying. Ah, crap! Now the other one's in the way. Shoot, let me not do it this way. Let me make this chart like this, and I'll drag this Fibonacci line up. At one point, that was the top, and this was the ultimate low. And look at that. I did not even know that was coming, but I had assumed. And you can see the 38% reversal right there. I didn't know. I didn't know. I know you guys may not believe me that I do all this stuff before I go live. Those that know me, you know that I do not pre-plan my streams. I just go randomly live. I'm not surprised that right here we hit the 38% Fibonacci line and then broke to new lows, okay? That is the power of the 38% Fibonacci. I don't see the 61% Fibonacci in the same light. Once we break the 38% Fibonacci line, I now expect new all-time highs. I don't expect much out of the 50% line. Sometimes the 50% line reverses us and it goes back to 38. But most of the time we break the 50%, we go up to 62%, we get rejected at the 62, but a rejection at 62 is a healthy pullback style rejection. I never expect a 62% Fibonacci reversal to take us to new lows. But when it comes to the 38%, that's very, very different. So I would love to see us hit that 62% Fibonacci line the second week of January on a second consecutive MRI top with an ETF spot approval, because I think that will be a sell the news event. And we finally get the big pullback I've been expecting. But at that point, I don't expect that pullback to go all the way to 30. 30,000 is still possible, there will still be a gap that it never like kind of pulled back to the breakout levels. But a pullback to the 38% Fibonacci line, which is sitting at 36,000, is going to be a very, very good clean pullback as well. Yeah, gold breaking out as well. 5K is a little bit, hopey-y, but 3K is reasonable on gold. All right, let's move on to our allocation. Our allocation is at 100%. Yes, it was a little late to get on the 100% train, but I will be taking profit at 40, at the high 40s if we go straight there, right? So again, it's time and price. I hate talking about price without talking about time. If Bitcoin is hitting 48,000 for the first time in January of 2026, I will not be selling. But if Bitcoin is hitting 48,000 for the first time in this uptrend in January of 2024, I will very likely be taking profit, okay? So it's not about the price. It's about the price at a specific time. I read JP Morgan has cautioned the ETF, saying billions could exit while converting a GBTC into spot ETF. Thoughts on that? Well, it makes no sense to sell your GBTC at a discount. It makes no sense at all. So let's go and take a look at GBTC. Let's see where that discount is. That discount is less than 10%. It's surprising that GBTC is not breaking out to the same critical highs that Bitcoin is today. That's a little strange. I guess the discount pulled back a smidge. Very strange. Really thought it would be higher than $31 a share right now. But it makes no sense to convert it. But if people do exit GBTC, remember, if GBTC does not get turned into an ETF, the underlying Bitcoin is not going to get sold. So if people are exiting GBTC, they will just drive the GBTC discount lower. Grayscale will retain the 600,000 Bitcoin that they have, and the new ETF is going to drive the price of Bitcoin higher, right? Because the new ETF is going to be buying spot Bitcoin to back the ETF. And the underlying price of Bitcoin is going to go up. Therefore, the GBTC shares are going to go up. They're still backed by Bitcoin. And therefore, the discount will continue to erode. So everything will even out. Like, I do believe in the efficient market hypothesis. However, it takes people that understand arbitrage and gaps in the market to create the efficient market hypothesis possible. Red Panda asked the question. I still can't understand how we arrived at this result for Bitcoin based on the fake news of ETF approval. And like, I somewhat agree, because if it wasn't for that damn fake news, I would have been in my 100% allocation a lot earlier. I just hate fake news. And Sports Break answers the question, because Bitcoin was undervalued, right? But the question you have to ask yourself now is the spot ETF approval fully priced in? I don't think it's fully priced in, but if we start getting into that mid $40,000 range before the ETF gets approved, I believe the ETF approval would be fully priced in. And then it becomes the sell the news event. Whether the news is positive or negative, it can become the sell the news event. Ocean mined their first block. They should announce it on their front page of their website. Ocean mined their first block. As you got, well, their first new block, they did mine 11,000 blocks back in 2011 and 2012. But they mined their most recent block. the unconfiscatable watch. We only make one per year, and it goes to the winner of the unconfiscatable poker tournament. There is still time to sign up for the poker tournament, but we're probably going to close signups. We may not accept people the day of because it kind of messes with the prize money situation. So you got to sign up before the event, guys. I don't know if we're going to allow people to sign up the day of. You got to sign up before the event. We need to know exactly who's playing. And come join us at Unconfiscatable. Just a week away. Just less than a week away. Here is that daily chart. I believe we have finally left this range for good. We have broken out of this range on November 24th, and then again on November 28th, and then again on November 29th. I'm not going to count yesterday as a breakout. Yesterday was a down day, but I am 98% confident we will close today above that black line. I do not believe we're going to pull all the way back. We're now here to stay. It is an extension C, but I trust the underlying count better. And I think the daily count will get us to a daily MRI top. We will have a 1 to 4 candle pullback, and then we will make one more push into the weekly MRI top. Now, what about the monthly perspective? Let's go to the monthly chart. Our monthly chart was on a green star candle last month, and the month before broke us out of the range. This is a very, very bullish situation on a monthly chart. I will take a look at the Heikin-Ashi version as well. And the monthly chart still looks like it has plenty of time to go. We're just getting started. The last time we had a monthly MRI top was in the last month of 2020, and we did go significantly higher. Again, based on the monthly MRI, I did expect us to not to top right here the first time, and I thought we would go higher. And obviously on the second turn, also expected us to go higher. But the monthly MRI top is not my primary count. My primary count is the weekly. And my second most primary count, or my secondary count, is the daily. I trust the weekly, I trust the daily. After that, we go to the monthly. And when we do go to the monthly, I do prefer the Heikin-Ashi version because it has been better historically in the past. And the count is actually very similar. They're about the same. Man, this monthly chart looks gorgeous. Monthly chart looks really, really good. Here's our regular candles. Yeah, it looks really good. Looks really, really good. I don't think I need this line anymore. I don't think we're coming back to those lows. Gone. Let's go back to the weekly. Looks really good. All right, moderators, do we have any good comments? We do have 400 viewers. Oh, hey, I forgot to open. I've been forgetting to rip packs the last couple of days. Check out that little window up in the corner there. I'm going to rip some packs. Wait, let me just check my live stream real quick. Yeah, I'm going to finally open some more packs. We're going to have trading cards. The Aladdin and his crew are going to be at Unconfiscatable. Okay, let's look at the rest of the markets here. Let's go to the short-term chart, see if there's anything interesting short-term. Short-term, we broke out. I drew this line yesterday, expected us to finally break above it and stay above it. We got tomorrow, there'll be a 4-hour MRI top. Don't, ignore the 4-hour MRI tops. You can see how there was a perfect MRI buy, and then there was a perfect MRI sell. So keep an eye on that in about 20 hours from now. 20 hours from now, so early Saturday morning. Early Saturday morning. Can I look at GBTC quarterly? Yeah, maybe. Here's our GBTC quarterly. Had beautiful MRI tops in the past. Red star candle. Was that the first red star candle? No, there was another one. So anytime there has been a green star candle on the quarterly chart, that candle was a very strong candle, followed by some more upside. So that's a good sign. The green star candle has never failed us. The green star candle has always been strong, giving you significant upside after the green star appears. Because remember, the green star appears above the prior swing high. But it will disappear if the price goes back down. So you do need to be careful. I can try to look for instances where a green star would have appeared and then disappeared. It would not have happened on the last time. It might have happened on the last candle. Let me see. The top on this candle was, the high was 31,441 and the high was 31,829. A green star might have appeared last quarter and would have disappeared. And this quarter it appeared and stayed there. But once again, right, you have to use your judgment. You may not want to buy the green star. The moment it appears, you may want to give it a little bit of time to get sufficiently above the prior swing high before you jump on the trade. That's what I would do. This looks great. The last time we had a green star candle, we topped the following candle, but that was a huge run-up. From the moment the green star appears to the top was almost 400% and a $44,000 move. And that's without making it all the way to an MRI top. So to me, this would be like the worst case scenario. Something similar. On this bull run. So like that was a big run up without making it to the MRI top. So something like that, I can see, let's say 300%. Let's not get crazy. 300% on this run up over the next few years or over the next few quarters. Very possible. Very, very possible. Man, I'm really bullish today. Really bullish today. All right, I got a couple of requests I do need to take a look at. Let me just run through the rest of my markets. GBTC, we already covered. Natural gas, I have a feeling it's going to reverse any day. Oil, I have a feeling is going to start going up any day. I'm very confused on what the government is doing with the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Today is the first of the month, so the next statement has come out. I still need to, do my treasury statistics. I'm going to do it early next year, and I might do a presentation on it. Remember, this is my spreadsheet of, government finances going back to World War II. This is my personal work. I need to fill out the numbers for last year. Fiscal year is over, and I'm gonna, come up with some kind of a strategy to cover it on the first of every month, where we do a report on government finances and discuss what's going on. We can go and take a look at the current monthly treasury statement. No, it's December, November. Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah, the October statement. This is the one that just came out. This should have just come out. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what they say. I really want to see how they're starting off with net interest. I'm really curious. Yes, 30K will always be a concern. 30K will remain a concern until we go significantly higher above the prior all-time high. We need to go sufficiently higher than $68,000. And what is sufficiently higher to me? Let's say 85. We need to go above $85,000 for me to take 30,000 off the table. 30,000 will always remain on the table. Okay, this goes back to the fundamentals of me having 1,500 on the table. How long did I keep $1,500 on the table, right? Like if we go back to the monthly chart. Whoa, too much. Okay, right here. That's my 1,500 target, right? On the downside. How long was that on the table? That was on the table until we got sufficiently higher than the next all-time high. So, and it's the same thing here, right? Here is the prior swing low. The prior swing low, well, it's debatable if the prior swing low was 250 or the prior swing low is 30. The prior swing low of $30 remains on the table until we go sufficiently higher than the next swing high. Again, we can potentially have this as the high and the low. It's very debatable. So what is sufficiently higher than 1,200? I'd say 3,000 is sufficiently higher. At that point, I no longer keep $30 on the table. That comes off as Bitcoin dies if it gets that far. Now, what about the $1,500 target? Well, same thing. 1,500 is the prior swing high that stays on the table until you get sufficiently higher than 20,000. What's sufficiently higher than 20,000? 35, 40, well, 60,000 is certainly sufficiently higher. It's more than double. At a minimum, you want to be double the prior swing high. At that moment, you're taking 1,500 off the table because if it gets that far, Bitcoin dies. And we can debate whether it dies or not, but to me, it died, right? Like I will be living in a cardboard box. So as far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin died. I'll be the homeless guy on the street at that level. No, I mean, I'll find a way to make money, but you guys know what I mean, right? So when do we take $30 off the table? Well, we already, went lower than 20,000, right? So we reached the prior low, but now we're playing around with back tests. And with each back test, every time we accomplish a back test, we then swing higher. So this back test stays on the table until we get sufficiently higher than the prior swing high, or we back test it, right? Once we back test it, that's it. So how long am I going to keep 30,000 as a possible pullback? Well, until we get sufficiently higher than the prior swing high, which to me, I mean, we don't have to be double this, but, getting into the 80s would take 30,000 off the table for me. Yeah, I need to be above 85, maybe even pushing 100 to take 30,000 off the table to where, you know what? Well, if we fall back to 30,000 from 100, I don't think Bitcoin would die. if we fall to, say, 11,000 off 100, then yeah, I would be very concerned for Bitcoin's future. Luke T. I don't want to read your question out loud. No, I don't. I never believed in the petrodollar. I was talked out of the petrodollar theory by reading Martin Armstrong's blog a long, long time ago. I don't believe in the petrodollar controlling the world. All right, let's move on. Oh, I was waiting for the stupid report to load. Fiscal year October 31. This is the first month of the year for fiscal year. You will see these two charts being identical because it's the first month of the year. In the first month of the year, the government is running a $67 billion deficit. That's not a good sign. They have not paid. Oh, no, yes, they did. Holy smokes. They just paid $76 billion in net interest. Net interest was $67 billion, almost as much as they spent on defense. Let's compare. We're going to compare apples to apples. We're going to compare the first fiscal month of this year to the first fiscal month of last year. This is one of my favorite comparisons. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to open the first tab. We're going to go to the monthly report. Treasury annual monthly, Treasury monthly reports right here. We're going to open up that link. And we're going to find the first report of fiscal year 2023. Because remember, this is the first report of fiscal year. This is the first month of fiscal year 2024. So we're going to open the first of 2023. And we're going to look at them side by side. I would have to alter my screen share thingy to be side by side. So, but let's compare. Let's compare side by side. I'm going to switch my screen share. You know what? I'm going to open a pack since I'm on screen share. We're going to open a pack, and then we're going to get back to looking at the fiscal year, and then I have a couple of charts to look at. We're going to open this carefully. I'm still waiting for my 1 of 100. 1 of 100. I haven't gotten a single 1 of 100 in this box, and I am almost halfway through the box. Let me open this up. Boom. I have no idea what the special card is going to be. Natalie Brunel. Natalie will be part of Unconfiscatable. Come meet Natalie in Las Vegas next week. We're going to go through these fairly quickly. This is one of the new FUD cards. This is a government can't stop Bitcoin card. Boom, right there. Let me see if the camera can focus a bit. Very cool card. I don't remember this card from Series 1. The Satoshi Nakamoto card. Oh, did I get a 1 of 100 card? Is this a 1 of 100 card? No, 1 of 500. CJ Wilson, big fan. 1 of 500. We got a 1 of 5. It's better than 1 of 1,000. I don't think I have a CJ Wilson. If I do, I will be trading it. Former baseball player, had a great presentation at BitBlock. Boom. We're gonna, put that in a protective case. And the rest of the cards are, what do we got here? Oh, I don't remember seeing this card before. Bitcoin versus crypto card. Very cool. Very, very cool. I don't think I've had that one yet. We have, I don't remember this card either. The Cypherpunks card. Oh, that was that's the special card that I'm missing. One of 2 special cards I'm missing to complete Series 1. The gold standard with Richard Nixon. Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Lisa, unfortunately, will not make it to this year's Unconfiscatable. Maybe next year. Bitco. Yanoski. Oh, that looks like an artist card. Cool. And finally, the Bitcoin Pizza Day. I don't remember this card either. Wow, it's been so long since I opened the Series 2 pack. I don't remember a lot of them. All right, let's go to screen share so I can share my entire monitor. This tends to be dangerous sometimes. Let me make sure I don't dox nothing. So we're gonna take this report and we're gonna stick it on the side. And then we are gonna do this. And we're gonna open this report. Okay, so now we're looking at apples to apples comparison of last year versus this year. They're both should be identical. Yep, that's 67, 67, and 88 and 88. So this is the first month of the new fiscal year. And let's see how they compare. First month to first month. Let's look at the revenue. The government is making more money this year versus last year. This year they've made in the first month 403 billion versus 319 billion. The majority of that income is coming in the form of individual taxes. Corporations are paying a little bit more. And whoa, what is that? That's a huge difference. How do I make these a smidge smaller? There you go. Hope you guys can still see all that. And I'll make it a smidge smaller. There we go. All right. That is, oh no, I'm sorry, that's social insurance. They're making more. This is your Social Security. This is the plebs, right? So if you are a person that has a job, you are paying more in taxes than last year. More people paid taxes, more people paid into retirement, into Social Security, into all the stuff the government forces you to pay. Guess? But also corporations paid a lot more. Look at that. Corporations paid $48 billion in the first month versus only $15 billion last month. That is super interesting. The rest of it is about the same. Now, what about the spending? Social Security spending has gone up first month versus first month. Obviously, with the government in the middle of two wars, the US government, two proxy wars, one in Israel and one in Ukraine. So national defense spending is up significantly. But look at that net interest. Net interest was 43 billion in the first month of last year, and it is 76 billion in the first month of this year. That is a huge increase, guys. This is a cumulative interest that's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. All right. That's actually big. Now, income security, the spending on that went down. Wow, look at that. So less people are collecting unemployment money. That's income security. Medicare, you have Medicare and health. So Medicare is Medicare, health is Medicaid. The way to break those down, Medicaid is for poor people, Medicare is for old people. That's kind of the simple way to think about it. Medicare, 24 billion already, right? So our population is getting older and sicker. Not surprised. We're not going to say the V word. And healthcare is about the same, okay? Now, education, we're spending a little bit more this year. Veterans benefits, about the same. Commerce wasn't even on the list last time, and others about the same. Okay, so we're actually starting off on a decent path, mostly because the government taxed the shit out of you in the first few months of the year. And corporate income tax, this is strange. But I don't know, maybe back taxes, maybe people delayed filing their taxes and they just paid them now. So maybe But this is very interesting. I like looking at this on the first of every month, and we will keep an eye on how it's moving month to month. Hey guys, throw a thumbs up if you like me covering this stuff, like the US budget, when it's time for it. Okay, I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna open this to full. All right. Right, Clarkson, thank you so much. Do you think MicroStrategy will outperform Bitcoin mining stocks and stocks like, I think it'll outperform Coinbase for sure, because MicroStrategy actually holds Bitcoin unlike Coinbase. But I don't know if it's going to outperform Bitcoin mining stocks because Bitcoin mining stocks are very cheap. They're like, some of them are like $3, right? And it's very easy for a $3 stock to become a $30 stock, and MicroStrategy will not go up 10x in price. Gold. You guys know my views on gold. I'm very bullish on gold. I'm happy I didn't sell my gold coins, but I did sell my silver coins. I want to see, I'm sure silver is rocking it right now, but the moment there's a pullback, silver is just going to crash. We can take a look at silver. Haven't looked at silver in a while. I still have silver. I haven't sold it all. Is this the one where I have annotations? I hope so. Yep, that's the one. Ah, silver is still a basket case. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. I mean, in the last 3 weeks, silver is up from $22 up to 25. Whoopsie-doo. Look how far lower silver is from its all-time high. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Gold has broken its all-time high. Silver is still down 50%. 50. 50. It's embarrassing. This is why I don't own silver. This is why I'm getting out of silver. What's the ETF news? Well, everyone thinks there's going to be an ETF. That's the news. Can you please post these charts on X? Yeah, just follow the Financial Summit Twitter. We're gonna start posting a lot more of this kind of stuff there. S&P 500. I am very bullish on the S&P 500. I don't care what the haters say. I don't care what the analysts say. I can't wait to see the S&P close at an annual high this year and then break the all-time high in Q1 of next year. S&P and Bitcoin are both rallying, and that's great. Let's look at a few things people have asked me. A friend of mine DM'd me, so let me take care of that first. Let's look at TMUS. No idea what that is, so let's find out together. Moderators, if you could collect some questions or anything they want me to look at, I will give this. Oh wow, I've been streaming for almost an hour already, so time is going to be limited. But TMUS, if any moderators are watching, because I don't see any moderators, It's Hard is not in the Telegram group. Sand Snake, okay, I see your super chat. I'll take care of that as well. Okay. Oh, that's T-Mobile. Okay. Wow, that is a beautiful chart. Man, T-Mobile, what a beautiful chart. That's a breakout. That's a nice cup and handle. Man, look at that MRI buy opportunity. And the big low took place on extension C, which I also do like. breaking the MRI resistance line, has all the moving averages in its proper order. Looks great. I'm very bullish. Look, the weekly has room. The monthly has room. Now, what about the daily? And the daily is just getting started. So if you do use the MRI notification service, we're going to start doing like weekly videos about the MRI notification service. If we look at TMUS, you're going to see that it'll say bullish, bullish, bullish across the board. This is the beauty of the MRI alert service. Look at that, bullish, 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 but it's giving you some warnings. It's giving you a warning on the C count, and it's giving you a warning on the A count. Something I didn't even see in my chart, because we don't show you the warnings on those counts, and I don't have the thing listed, right? Like for those that use the MRI, and more people are using the MRI, guys. I can display extension details, all, and you will see, it says A12, and it says C11 with a 1 in the back. And the MRI alert service has it as C11. Okay, so there's a C11. Oh, the monthly is on a C12. Okay, I see. All right. Yeah, so there it is. So I'm like, oh shit, is one of them wrong versus the other? It's not. They are in line. So, oh, that's a neat new feature. That's a neat new feature. Cool. Yeah, by the way, those of you that subscribe to the MRI alert service, you can suggest features to the development team. I did not build this product. Fans of mine built the product. I love the product. I'm going to start using it more often and promoting it more often. It's a great product. It'll alert you. It'll notify you. It's absolutely awesome. Yeah, T-Mobile looks great. Thanks for the heads up. What about the next stock from the same person? Rust, R-O-S-T. No idea what that is. Now, let's see what that is. Rose Stores. I still have no idea what that is. Let me see. It's bearish on the daily, but today it becomes neutral on the daily. That's going to switch from bearish to neutral if the candle closes on a 1. And then if it's up tomorrow, it'll be bullish, bullish, bullish across the board as well. This looks nice. We can look at it on a weekly scale. Very nice looking chart, breaking out as well. And on a monthly scale, on a monthly scale, it's coming up to a monthly MRI top. So be careful there, but you still got a few months to go. Here is something else that's bullish, bullish, bullish. Autodesk. Let's take a look at that chart. Whoa, this thing took a nosedive, probably earnings. And now it's bullish across the board. Looks good. What about the weekly? That's a massive consolidation. And that's a massive consolidation. Wow. It's been consolidating for years. Beautiful MRI buy on a monthly, but it hasn't gone very far. I mean, they're doing a good job with the company. Like, they're not dying, but not as clean as I would like. I'd like it to be a little bit more bullish. We have one more bullish across the board. Affirm. Let's go. That's a $30 stock. This could be more promising. There's your daily chart. It's coming up on an MRI top. You want to be careful there a smidge. Weekly chart. Oh, coming up on a week, halfway through. We're getting to this a little bit late. The perfect time to jump on board would have been, a week or two ago when the weekly chart was, on a 3 or a 4, closing that 3 candle on a bullish scale. The price would have been, the close on that week was at $24. Where would the daily chart be at $24? This closed at 29. So it would have been even earlier right here. This closed at 26. So somewhere over here, somewhere around November 24th. I mean, I hate buying on the holidays. But around that time, we're breaking above the prior swing highs. That's a nice time to jump in. And on a monthly scale, again, on a 7, right? So it's going to come up soon. On a monthly, it's been way higher. So it does have some potential. You can see the MRI resistance line way up there. So this is how you can like search and find some of these tradable opportunities. Allstate, that's an insurer, right? Amgen. Where was Allstate? There's Allstate. Take a look at Allstate. I'm getting on tangents here. Oh, what a beautiful chart as well. It's a nice bullish looking daily chart. Weekly is bullish again after an MRI top. Beautiful low on the MRI buy. And the monthly can really break out. Okay. I'm not a big fan of the insurance companies, but hey, if they're going to charge you more, they'll make more money. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. I got to take a look at, oh, you know what? This is my long-term view. Since I do have 400 viewers, you might not have seen this chart. This is my custom chart. I do presentations off of this chart. Probably should look at it like this. There you go. So this is the Dow Jones historical going back to inception of 1890, 1880, something like that. We're going back to 1890. This is my projection. I started, I built this chart on TradingView back in 2015, and I kept up with it ever since. I have to add a few more wars into this chart. Yeah, well, one of the cool charts. This took me about a few weeks to put together. Really cool chart. I'm very bullish on the Dow Jones, as you guys know. All right, let's take a look at the stocks by Sandsnake. Zim, what is Zim? Do I have Zim in here? We do have Zim. All right, Zim, weekly bearish on extension C. We'll take a look at that. And monthly, it's bottoming. So look at that. So it's actually bottoming on weekly and monthly. It has already turned bullish on the daily. I don't know what Zim does. The daily chart has been going down, 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 but it might have found support. Would have been nice to get to an MRI buy on a daily, but we weren't that lucky. Let's look at the weekly scale. Wow, look at that. All of the extensions are coming together. We are on a 7 daily, on a 7 weekly. I would love for this to pull back a little bit more over the next few weeks and give me an MRI buy on a weekly. Prior MRI buys on weekly have not led to much. They led to 1 to 4 candle buys and then back down. But this would be a second consecutive MRI buy if we get there with all these extensions merging together. I would consider this to be a rebound play. I normally don't like stocks that get decimated, but it's on a monthly MRI buy. The last time it had a monthly MRI buy, it rebounded for 1 to 4 months. It's certainly profitable, right? Look at this month. This month closed at 1720, and it then went all the way up to, it hit a high of $25 from 1720 over the next few months. Not the best of trades, but certainly not a loser, right? So as long as you didn't buy in the beginning of the month, and even if you did and you held out for a few months, you still profited. You could have timed this. Let me see if there was a timing mechanism on a lower level time frame. This is kind of how I trade. So this would be the month of December 30th of last year. Let me see if we have that data here. December 30th of last year, right here, right? So this is December 2nd. Oh, beautiful, right there, right? So January 13th, you're holding out, you're waiting for that weekly MRI buy. You got the extension C, you started to rally. So sometime at the end of January, at a price like below $20, there's definitely a buying opportunity. And the stock ended up, going up to 24, 25. Right here, it hits $25 high. $25 is a very critical price level where you may want to consider taking profit. Again, on a stock going up 20% in a couple of weeks, that's a pretty good deal. You know, you're waiting for that MRI top, but, you know, we got a price flip, and you may want to take your profit. Realistically, I would enter this at about 1950, and realistically, I'm exiting on this red 2 candle. Remember, the low on that candle was 1930, but I would not have let it get that far low, right? Realistically, I'm closing this trade below the low of this candle, and the low of that candle was at 22.21. So if it hits 21.90, I'm out of this trade, okay? And right now, it's not the best buying opportunity, but I would lean bullish starting around now. But I would want to see how it opens next week. Are my moderators posting anything in the group chat? They are. Thanks, Patrick. And now I want to look at Z. Wait, did we look at that last one on a monthly scale? Yeah, we did. It's a monthly MRI buy. I like it. Let's look at Z. What is Z? Zillow. Okay, I know Zillow. Zillow's cool. MRI top, MRI buy. I'm looking at the history of how well the indicator has performed. We are on an A+. That is interesting. Wow, you don't get that often. A+, huh? We need to break the prior swing high to get off A+. So one more criteria is to me. Wow, you don't see that often. Cool. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We need to break the prior swing low. This is the down version of the A. The daily chart, I like it, but it's already late in the count. What about the weekly? Weekly is bullish as well. I like it. Look at that beautiful weekly MRI top at MRI resistance. We have a new MRI resistance, which is identical to the prior MRI resistance. Weekly is looking very bullish. And the monthly is coming off a 1 to 4 candle correction. Look at that beautiful second consecutive monthly MRI top, preceded by a monthly MRI top. Sorry, monthly MRI buy. My bad. I'm messing these up. Second consecutive. You know, I would wait a little bit. I would wait for the monthly to flip over. I'd probably, well, I would wait on Zillow. I wouldn't rush into Zillow today, especially on a Friday. I would wait a smidge. The daily is not. I'd wait. I'd wait a little bit on Zillow. All right, where are we here? I'm sure there's like a million requests because I go through these so painfully slow. What would be a good entry price to buy some Tesla? Good question. Let me see. Tesla daily? I'd wait. I wouldn't rush in. The price is going to flip. I wouldn't rush into Tesla. Tesla weekly, I'd wait as well. It's, you know, a bit of a downtrend. Tesla's been going down since July. I would wait. And monthly, I would wait as well. A red count. I would wait until we're breaking 300, basically. 300 would be my marker. Either it goes now. Let me look at Tesla here. Tesla is TSLA. Oh, look at that. I had a downward sloping trend line. Yeah, I'd wait. At the very least, I would wait until we're breaking the prior swing high. 250. At the least, I'd wait for a 250 breakout. Would I buy the dip? No, I would not. Because you're sitting right at support right now. I would rather buy the breakout than risk a giant catastrophe. Tesla has continued to make new lows. It broke the last low was lower than the prior low. Tesla is in a pretty crappy. I'm gonna delete all these. Even this one. Tesla is in a crappy downtrend. That's a nasty downtrend. You want this downtrend to end. I don't like this downtrend. So I would wait for it to break the prior swing high, or at least break this downward trend line. So I wouldn't rush into Tesla. Man, I really like looking at stocks through this because it instantly tells me the MRI stuff, which is super important to me. What's Ribbit? Is that a stock? I don't think so. I don't know what Ribbit is. TXRH. Texas Roadhouse. It's not on a list. All right. Well, while it's taking a few minutes, indexing. What's Ribbit? Oh, it's some shit coin. It's a scam. Don't buy it. I don't really care. Guys, they're all scams. I just promoted a scam by mentioning it. I mean, if you want to lose your money, go for it. They can't even price it against BTC. That's how shitty it is. Congratulations. It costs what? That's in dollars, guys. If you're actually involved in this or own this, you are clinically and medically, I'm not going to say the R word, but you know what you are. All right, let's go back. Let's see if it indexed. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Wow, this service just gets better and better and better. Let's see what we got here on TXRH. We are neutral on the daily. Nice breakout. Man, we're a little late to the party here. This thing has moved from 90 bucks all the way to 115. A little late, but the daily looks strong. The weekly is not strong. The weekly is about to hit major resistance. I would not be buying the stock at this point in time. Ribbit, Jack Levine creator, and I am supposed to know who Jack Levine is. I do not know who that is. And since it's a shitcoin, it's a scam. I don't really know how else to explain it to you. And yes, I will say it to his face as well. Monthly looks strong, but it's on B and C. I would wait for a breakout. This is at an all-time high, probably, or at least a 5-year high. I like it, but I would wait. ENPH. ENPH daily looks strong. I would be bullish. Weekly, and I see the MRI is bullish, I would be bullish, even though I would be concerned that this thing fell from $300, $340 even. And on a monthly, it is still in a little bit of trouble. So maybe. It doesn't look that bad, but I think there's better opportunities. Uranium ETF, what's the ticker? I mean, I have it on TradingView. TUP. Tupperware? Really? Not interested. It's $1.80 stock. It's gotten nowhere for now. The weekly is going nowhere, and the monthly is going nowhere. Beautiful MRI buy. Look at this consolidation of AC, MRI buy. Monster spike. Holy shit. From a 78-cent open to a $5 high. That is nuts. But I would not be buying it today. Man, this thing moves. Look at this sucker. I didn't know Tupperware was so volatile. $1.60 to freaking $30. Did they like cure cancer with their Tupperware making? What the hell happened here? Shit. Well, like I keep the stock on my radar, but I wouldn't buy it today. Man, some of us are in the wrong business. Jesus. Well, I'm getting a lot of requests here. I keep covering U.S. budget. Thanks. Outlook for 2024 election. There may be a 2024 election. At the moment, that is the only outlook I have. There is a 60% chance that the communists will not cancel the U.S. election. That is my current projection for the U.S. election, because I have no idea who's running, who's going to be in prison that should be running, and who will not physically be able to run for other permanent reasons. That's the best I can phrase it, right? But I am 60% sure that the Marxists currently in charge of what used to be the people's country of the United States will allow an election to happen. 60%. But as far as any additional details on that, we have to wait at least 3 more months. What are we looking for? No, I'll look at the miners on TradingView. Backed, BKKT. I'm bullish here. I would want to see it next week to break the prior swing high. What's backed again? I think it's that ETF of like mining stuff or like Bitcoin companies, maybe. The weekly looks good, and the monthly looks good. But look, I am completely in line with this neutral, bullish, bullish. Sorry, neutral, bullish, neutral. But it's not going to turn bullish this month, but it can turn bullish next month. Still have 30 days to go. And the daily can turn bullish tomorrow. So bullish, bullish, neutral. I mean, I'm bullish on backed, but I'm more bullish on Bitcoin, right? All right, what other stocks were there? There was uranium ticker, URA. I don't know if we'll have that. I don't know. It looks like we don't have that one on here. I mean, you can request it. Jesus. I can search for uranium. All right, we're gonna have to look at that on TradingView. C, that's Citigroup. Ah, yeah. City. What's the city? There it is, Citigroup. Oh, very bullish. Very bullish. Look at that. Look at a beautiful MRI buy. Right into an MRI sell. Not right into, but eventually an MRI sell. 1 to 4 candle correction. Makes a low on the 4th candle. Well, 3rd candle. And then bam, straight up. Very bullish here on the daily. I already know weekly is going to be bullish. Very bullish on the weekly, but you do have resistance coming up and an MRI top coming up, and you're neutral on a monthly, so the whole monthly thing can reverse. I like it. Okay, let's look at the Bitcoin miners real quick. I do need to call it a day. I can't stream all day. I have to work on unconfiscatable. Gold all-time high. Yep. Let's look at. Let's get rid of that. Let's replace this scam on the screen with a different scam on the screen. And now let's go to stocks. Let's go to miners. So look at Canaan. They're making the ASICs. Look at that. Man. They're still going down. Jesus. Bitfarms. Yep. Beautiful. Remember how people went crazy over that news? I'm not surprised. Bitfarms had a great announcement. Beautiful move by Bitfarms. Ben Young coming to unconfiscatable. Man, that's a huge candle. Look at that. 53% up 1 week. Hope you guys were involved in that. Man, Mara. No, wait, CleanSpark, not Mara. CleanSpark went up 40%, followed it up by 30%. Wow. Even better. CleanSpark. They're also going to be at unconfiscatable. Other miners aren't doing as well. Nope, that's only 17 and 14 the week before. Riot? Not as well. Those are your winners. CleanSpark and Bitfarms. The two mining companies coming to unconfiscatable. Bitfarms and CleanSpark. CleanSpark's a sponsor. Bitfarms is just attending and speaking. Yeah, I think those are the only miners coming. And look at their stocks. Hey, if these guys sponsor unconfiscatable, maybe their stocks would do better. FNV. I don't know what they're doing, but they're bad at it. Oh, this is a disaster. I wouldn't touch a 10-foot pole. See how bonds are doing. Dead cat rally. No surprise, it's coming off an MRI buy. Right there. Beautiful MRI buy on TFD. This should be it. This should be all she wrote. Maybe it'll make it to an MRI top, but I think bonds will continue to go down. So this means that the interest rate's probably dropping. So look at the 10-year yield. Yeah, 10-year yield's dropping a bit. Also reached its prior top. So probably time to turn around. It looks like I expected this. There's a green arrow there. I'm expecting US yields to keep rising. Fed funds. It's going to hang out there for a while, but it'll go back up later. Yeah. 10-year yield again in a different form. Oh, look at that. Look at the arrow I must have drawn a while ago. Let me drop all those MRI things. Well, we can still make it to an MRI top here. This is the monthly. Sorry. Weekly reached an MRI top. They give us a green star candle after that, though, and then went to crap. Whoa, I must have drawn this arrow a while ago. I haven't looked at these charts in forever. That was a pretty good call with the arrow. Yeah, it'll probably go a little bit lower to 4% and then shoot back up. All right, guys, I need to get going. I'm gonna open another pack. Unconfiscatable. I just got a good card in my prior pack. We got CJ Wilson, 1 out of 500. Unconfiscatable, come join us there. It's only a few days away, literally. Still have room at the poker tournament as well. I'm gonna get off screen share. We're gonna open one more pack, and then I'll open a few tomorrow. All right, let's go through this pack. What do we got? That's a money card. That's the currency card. The dollar keeps devaluing. We got the fiat standard card. Shout out to Saifedean for all the amazing work he's done over the years. The next card is the special card. This is the FOMO card, and the special card is, ooh, Michael Saylor. Is this 1 out of 500 or 1 out of 100? 1 out of 500. Got number 294. Michael Saylor. Michael, if you're watching, I just messaged you. Maybe you're free and happen to be in Vegas next week. Come to Unconfiscatable. Super cool. Why is this somewhat printed upside down? Oh, I wonder if that's an error on all cards or just that one. Interesting. Huh. There's the Michael Saylor card. Very cool. Big fan. We're going to put that in a special case. We have an education card. Citadel 21. Economics card. Bitcoin Warrior. Oh, Lynn Alden. She couldn't make the event either. Maybe next year. The Freedom card. And G. Edward Griffin. And finally, Coinbits, which was also in Series 1. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. These are the 2 cool cards I got in this box so far. The 2 out of 500 cards. Talk to you all in the next one.